are some pictures in the internet you can Google how they are putting this. This is size like that. Yeah? So first hard drive. So not many of us here in this room remember that time, but much more people remember the 1976 when a WD also came with the first disk array subsystem patent, and we start thinking about the hard drive. So 1998, SanDisk show up on the market. First flash drive, 1995, designed by M Systems. This company, M Systems, was bought by SanDisk, acquired 10 years after, and but that was the innovator of the flash memory into the hard drive. Look here, 1998, IBM designed PMR technology, method of writing the data on the hard drive. 1988, 20 years ago, and we still do the hard drive based on the PMR technology. Wow. For the industry, it's ages. You know, for us, for people, you know, yeah, somebody born here in 1998 can be married today. So, but for industry, it's really amazing how long the method of recording is on the market. Then we have SanDisk with the first SSDs, you know, into the computer, 2007. Then we have 2013, the first helium drive. So, because of this technology is still made in the market, to build the higher drives, bigger capacity drives, the only one way to do it is to add platters. Because we cannot do more than 1 tera, 1.2, 1.5, 1 something, but still this is the limitation. So we have to add more platters. When we are adding more platters, then the air, which is inside the drive, the density of the air is too dense, and it's limiting somehow the performance of the hard drive. So we have to put helium, which is, you know, the density of the helium is completely different. Divers who do deep dive knows how is the difference when you change the air to the helium. So breathing the helium is, you know, much easier. But the helium is extremely expensive. And then SSD. So 64 layer. That was 2017. You remember that time when the flash in 2017 was extremely expensive, yeah? Because everybody were developing this new technology. So 3D, 64 layers appear by the end of the 2017 on a mass productive, and this year you saw that the price of the flash dropped dramatically. So we also are first in the 96 layer, so you will see this soon. And the other technology, like MAMR, so that's something that is coming. So as I said, the PMR technology limit us for the capacity. So what we are thinking is some extra power assisted method recording. One of them is hammer, heat assisted method recording. The idea behind that is that every single head will have a laser. Laser will warm up the media, then we can put much more dense the data, and then we will cool down, and these drives will run like that. But we are heating up these drives up to 400 to 700 degrees. And as you know, heating is killing the drive. So the drive was perfect in the laboratory, but if we're talking about the real life, it's probably 3 years is way too much to keep the warranty. So, what we design is the MAMR technology, M-A-M-R. M in this case means microwave. So like a normal microwave, yeah? And the temperature is the same as PMR, the media are the same, but we will be able to produce the drives the same as a hammer, you know, 40, 60, whatever terabyte in the future. So that's the new technology which is coming. Probably next year you will see the first drive, not for desktop systems, not for client, but for the servers, for the guys with capacity. Okay, so Western Digital today. Western Digital today have a few brands. WD which hope you know, that's my soul. I'm 16 years working for WD or Western Digital, whatever. SanDisk, the whole portfolio with the retail products as well as the enterprise. And this is the news of the event that, you know, as we enter this market on the retail products as well. G technology is kind of expensive, stylish drives for the Mac users for one side. From the other side, there is the external storage, very high-end for the movie producers, kind of like that, you know. Very fast, you can, these movie studios are working on that. So if you are interested, we can discuss about that. And the next brand is new one. However, the name is old. It's Western Digital. But the Western Digital is acting as an old HPST. So everything which was HPST is right now Western Digital. So you remember HPST Ultrastar or Ultrastar, how Americans are saying. So today it's named Western Digital Ultrastar. Yep. So that's the change. HTST disappeared as a brand. That was part of our deal with Hitachi. They said when we fully acquired, we are not allowed to use HTST name anymore. So everything which was HTST today is Western Digital Ultrastar, and also we replace this, the dash code or whatever. That's the HDD. The same story is with the server enterprise SSDs. That was HTST or SanDisk. Now it's Western Digital Ultrastar. And WD offer remain the same. So I hope you know our blue. Blue is the storage for the daily use for the normal computer. Yeah? But we decide that all HTST 2.5-inch products will migrate into the WD family. So we are discontinue 2.5-inch, the mobile drives for the HTST. Everything is right now WD Blue. Okay? Black, the same story. Everything which was HTST 7200 RPM is WD Black today. Red, our NAS product. Unfortunately for some people on this room, it's a bad news because I know that you love HTST NAS drives. Unfortunately for you. But I think that is just maybe a little gift to compensate you that you are losing HTST. But a nice color. So we will remember that today only red is a NAS drive. Yeah? So end of life of the HTST NAS till end of this year, everything will be red. And the purple, same story, no video surveillance product from HTST anymore. Everything is on the purple. This is drive for the surveillance, for the video recorders, for the cameras, all these things. And if you remember last year, I was showing here gold color. Gold was our server, our enterprise class. So gold is disappearing from WD family, and it's going to be Western Digital Ultrastar today. Okay? So maybe a little complicated, but you know, by the end of the day, it's going to be easy. Client is WD. Server is Western Digital. Okay? If you can remember this from today's presentation, I'd be glad. So, our offer. If I would like to talk about everything, really we have to spend here, you know, whole week. Starting from NAND components, you know, what we'll find somewhere hidden in the cars or somewhere, through the embedded NAND, through the cards, which is retail product, USB, GTEC, portable storage, you know, enterprise SSD, enterprise HDD, client SSD, NVMe, client HDD, and all this retail family through the JBots, you know, the object systems for the hundreds of drives. This is today WD or Western Digital offer. Yeah. So plenty of the product. I'm sure that, you know, everybody can find something. So to have these things, you know, it's not like we basically got it from heaven. No, here is the ranking of the powerful patents the company have, the worldwide company have. So of course Amazon is the #1 in terms of the powerful patents, which are really having impact into your portfolio, into your products. Western Digital is #4, after Google and Apple. You see here, you know, the very well-known names. In terms of the powerful patents, they are far, far, far behind us. So that's something for the future, and I hope we will continue with a very clear strategy and clear, good understanding products for you. And everything is because we are vertically integrated. So basically, we are doing everything. Here is the hard drive. So starting from the substrates, which we are doing somewhere in US, through the assembling process and the final products coming, everything. We're just buying screws, you know, all the things like the key components, controllers, media, heads, everything is designed by us. And the same story is with Flash. So Japan, our cooperation with Toshiba, it's worked perfect, even if that was some kind of difficulties, but now this cooperation is still perfect, you know, through the packaging and final products. Is also, everything is from us. The one exception is DRAM. We don't do DRAMs, we also buy DRAMs. And what are you gonna sell? Because, you know, the storage is still here and the storage is still growing. But if you look at the client storage, the CSSD is definitely, CSSD means client SSD, is definitely growing. So it's more and more pushing HDD out. Yeah? I tell you more. In the near future, you will see less and less SATA SSDs, and everything will be NVMe, PCI. Look at the previous presentation of Dell. You know, everything on the new motherboard was NVMe. Yeah? So that's another story. On the enterprise, the HDD are still growing because, you know, all these Googles and the others, you know, all of us are taking a lot of pictures, placing some Facebook news. That's a lot of data. So HDD is still here. Yeah? But this is not actually our market, let's say first. But definitely storage is growing. Yeah? So I make one exception. You know, I decide to talk about one product and one technical slide, because we are really proud of this. This is completely new in terms of our way how we are working on the SSD. The SanDisk idea was slightly different, and the SanDisk was doing SSDs. They were buying controllers from Marvell, or there's some other company who are doing the controllers. In case of WD, because we wanted to have everything ourselves, we started designing the first Western Digital controller for the SSD product. And this is it, Spectrum. First WD controller, which is extremely smart. I will not spend a lot of time discussing this, but thanks to the intelligence, you know, we are here, we are really saving the power of the processor, and in this case also the drives is consuming less power. Less power means it's cooler. So for the gamers, for example, it's extremely important, because sometimes the drives really are overloaded. When it's overloaded, I don't remember how they called it, some kind of turtle things, you know, that they really, the HDD, not HDD, SSD is really stuck. That they needs to be cooled down, and then the performance is coming back. Thanks to our new controller, this is not happening, and the drive is performing perfect. And this is it. Even we have a roll-up here. Yeah, that's our new baby, SSD black NVMe for the gamers, but not only for the gamers, for the really high demand users. So 4-line PCI, each line 1000 megabytes, so in total 3.4 thousand megabytes read, sorry, 2.8 write. 4 lines PCI. So the maximum SATA, as you remember, is 600. Yeah. So the performance of the SATA drives is something like 550, kind of like that. So it's really faster. The game is loading faster. File transfer is much faster. And of course, if you want to clone the system, it's much faster. So extremely good performance. There's no better drive, no better SSD right now in the market. I mean, the client. There is a Samsung Evo 970 Pro, which is slightly better, but 970 Pro is actually enterprise class drive. It's not the client. Yeah. So the client is no better today. There's no better SSD on the market. And also the NVMe or PCI. This is a completely different interface than SATA. SATA was designed for the HDD and was optimized for HDD. PCI is designed for the flash storage. Yeah? And here is the difference. You know, the 600 is a bottleneck. Even if your drives perform better, so SATA interface is a bottleneck. They will not let you transfer more data than 600 megabytes per second. If you get 4 lines, you can do 4,000 megabytes. Yeah? Look at the command queuing. The maximum is a 1 queue with the 32 commands on the SATA. On the PCI, which is directly connected to processor. There is no any bridges. There is no any other connections. It's directly talking to processor. You have 64,000 queues, which each can have 64,000 commands. The organization of the data transfer is completely different. And as I said, there is no latency because this PCI is talking to this queue. Look at your portfolio, what you're saying, and look at the trend. There is definitely, or when you see the new motherboards, all the motherboards have the NVMe slot, so it's easy to install, it's fast, it's reliable, and that's the interface designed to the SSD. So with this, thank you very much. If you have вопросы, feel free. Słucham. Maybe not now because I think it's a coffee break. We are 5 minutes running out of the time, so I'm here, unfortunately not till Sunday. I'm flying back home on tomorrow, but till midday or something like 1 or 2 o'clock I'm